Hello there, my spooky, scary skeletons. It is Chloe in real life, your guide to the ghoulish, your sharer of the spook, and a fan of all things frightful. Welcome back to another episode of Halloween Spooktacular. I'm so excited because it is the Knott's preview night, which is the kickoff to waiting for Scary Farm. But now we're only 3 weeks away and I cannot wait. I am counting down every minute, every second until we finally get to go back into the fog. So we have a lot of cool things planned for the night. So let's go.
The people who are the forces behind Knott's Scary Farm. Come on out, everybody. We'll just go down the line here, starting with Paul right here. If you want to introduce yourself, tell me what you do, how amazing you are.
My name is Paul Marshman, and I am the Technical Director of Scenic Production.
I'm Ken Parks. I'm the VP of Entertainment here at Knott's.
My name is Daniel Miller. I am a creative designer.
Hi, I'm Costa Ragu. I am Monster Manager and Lead Scenic Artist here.
Hi, I'm Tim Parr. I'm the Costume Designer.
My name is Wes Nambus. I'm the Senior Technical Director.
Hi, I'm Sam Brezerich. I'm the Director of Production.
I'm Eric Nix, producer here at Knott's Scary Farm.
Woo!
Gus Kruger, Creative Designer at Knott's Scary Farm.
So last year, two of our favorites were Dark Ride and Pumpkin Eater. Really immersive mazes, very highly themed. And it seemed like there was more of a move to repeat haunt visitors. That a lot of the mazes you bore up the more times you went through them. Is that a conscious choice you've been making lately for the past others that are coming back more and more repeatedly going through the mazes?
It is. We're looking at, we're now leaning into having quite a bit of a season pass holder base, and so we want to make that pass valuable and rewarding. And so one of the ways to do that is each year, even if the attraction was new last year and it comes back, that there's some way to always plus it up so there's something new and exciting to come back to Knott's for.
Thank you.
So for the depths, are you integrating any water features with the maze?
Well, I imagine after getting the splash, the splash zone there, yeah, we're going to be definitely implementing some water features. It's one of the elements that we're going to be including to kind of breathe a new life into the venue. And then it all culminates into one of the largest and most spectacular finale scenes we've ever created.
A little short. Hi, I'm Chloe Dewalt, and I was wondering, how do you train over 1,000 monsters? Because that is a big number, and how do you really do it?
Well, training and managing 1,000 talent definitely is no easy feat. After everyone is auditioned and hired, they go through a scare school process, which is a night where we bring all the talent in, which will help them and teach them a safe way to create an immersive environment and scare. We want to make sure our talent is getting the best performance possible. So it's really important that we have our scare school nights and we also have our dress rehearsal nights. So our dress rehearsal is usually the week before Scary Farm opens. So if there's any weird tweaks, we can do it then.
Also, shop colors.
Thank you.
Hi guys, I have another question about the depths because it looks really awesome. I feel like I see a little bit of maybe H.P. Lovecraft influence on there, but I was just really curious about what the origins of that idea for the depths were. You should take this one.
Originally, it's John Cook maze, and he really actually did approach it with H.P. Lovecraft in mind. From the initial concept, he really wanted to bring in the Kraken, which was one of my favorite horror, and he's really a big fan of it. So that's heavily featured in this maze.
Hi, speaking of plus-ups, are there any plus-ups in any of the returning mazes this year?
Most definitely. Pumpkin Eater has 2 new animatronics that we're adding through it. Red Barn has a whole new beginning that we've redesigned, and we're putting a show element outside to entertain the queue. In fact, it has a whole new animatronic at the very end. That's sort of like a boss fight. Just a large creature that you get to fire upon. So every year we approach the old mazes like they're new. So we really wanted to make everything more interesting for the returning visitor. So please come through and see what we've had set this year.
Yeah, and Paranormal, it also has a brand new ending to it that is pretty spectacular. Yeah.
I've been coming to these for several years now, and one of the first things that I learned was that some large percentage of the monsters come back every year. And I know that there are guests who come back every year. Have you noticed whether monsters and guests bond?
Sometimes the guests become the monsters, which is interesting. I mean, that's really, it's sort of how everybody on this panel started as a fan of Scary Farm. And so, although I was kind of being a little facetious, really the truth is there's such a connection for what this event is that I think everybody here, and we know that most of our monsters started as fans that made their way. So we're still hiring, and if you have any interest, we would love to have you.
I think the key is, with any of the new mazes, that we're trying to always transport people to amazing, fantastic new places and experience scares in new ways. So with Dark Entities, we're able to go to space in a way that we haven't done in a while. There's been so much over the last several years, there's been an exponential growth in what our scenic teams have been able to do and the quality of the mazes. So it really felt like this was a time where space was a very viable option to do in a really scary way. And to get back to the question, is there cool new technology? Yeah, we're incorporating a lot of interesting video tricks into Dark Entities just because you want to feel like you are on a ship. You want to feel like you're in space. So yes, we are incorporating a lot of cool technologies to make it feel like you're there in space. And there's also a couple opportunities to do things, a couple interactive elements that we will be working into the maze where guests may just have a little bit of control over their own fates, but people will have to just come back and see what that is.
Also, shock collars.
My question is for costuming. There's a lot of great costumes in the mazes and all the various scare zones. I'd like to find out what's the most unique thing that you actually made a costume out of so that it survives day after day, year after year. What are the most unique materials that you use?
The big question is how to make a costume survive, not Scary Farm. There is a lot of hard work that goes into the monsters and what they do in there and in the zones. They work their tails off out there making you guys scared. So some of the techniques that we use is we use a lot of cottons and polyester. I mean, one of our favorite fabrics is poplin polyester because it's durable, it's gonna last, it takes paint, it's amazing. My other thing is I use a lot of couch fabric. I know, right? Because it's durable. It's already built in to take some abuse. It's meant for wear and tear. So I stick that on a lot of our streets. All of the Forsaken Lake is couch fabric.
Don't tell my friend.
But it was literally one of those things where a vendor came in, he's like, I don't think this is anything you're gonna need. And I was like, let me touch that. And then we started putting it on sandpaper and we started playing with it. We're like, I'll take that whole book, do you have it in blue? And he's like, why, yes I do. And I was so happy because I was like, there's my color palette. So we're also always looking for different things, but yeah, couch fabrics is one of my favorite.
The original title was Sofas of the Dead.
You guys did a fantastic job with the hollows this last season and the whole area, the atmosphere, and the little mini vignettes and stuff. Are we getting any big vignettes in any of the other areas this year?
You are. You will be seeing in Forsaken Lake opportunity moments that will sort of organically spring up. You'll also have in Carnival, there's a a lighting moment that happens with hang time that will happen this year. And then there are a couple that we're not announcing because we want you to discover, but Ghost Town will get something that's pretty interesting this year too.
Cool. So we're narrowing down between mazes and scare zones. Is there a tipping point where Forsaken Lake could have become a maze, or if a maze could have become a scare zone? Is there a deciding factor in that?
Well, the thing that we're really experimenting with is, as beginning last year, was the idea: could you create a scare zone that also ties to a maze in the same area? Could you tell this a similar, two different stories, but that are connected stories in the same area? So we did that with the Hollow. We did it with Dark Ride last year in Carnival, and there's a very good chance that Forsaken Lake could eventually become the same type of thing, a maze and a scare zone. Not this year, but yeah.
It seemed like last year and now again this year, Not Scary Farm was more focused. Before, you might have done a dozen mazes, half a dozen skeleton key rooms. It seems like now you're looking at, well, let's do 9 mazes, 4 scare zones, and do them really great. So I'm assuming that was like a conscious decision of like, let's focus up and do stuff that's great instead of we'll do 12 and hope that 3/4 of them are really good.
I think our producer could tell you about it.
Yeah, so really, when we look at that, what happens is, we look at that lineup and we want to make sure that we're able to focus on what we're able to do and what we're able to accomplish. And if we spread ourselves too thin, especially with all the detail that we've been pouring in with our designers, with Gus and Daniel and John as well, the detail has become so prominent in these mazes that we want to make sure that we're not spreading our wonderful production teams too thin. So we've kind of scaled back as far as quantity is concerned, but quality is over the top, and we're always going to go there and push those boundaries and make sure that every maze that we build, new or returning, always meets that quality. So yeah,
absolutely too. One thing just to compound that, if we were doing more, a dozen, 13 mazes, we would not be able to do things the level of Paranormal, the level of Dark Ride, the level of Dark Entities in the depths this year. So when you visit Scary Farm this year, you're really going to see 2 incredible new venues that we were able to focus on, and our crews are just doing an amazing job to make these really, really feel real and special. So that's the trade-off. It's just world-class, high-caliber venues that we are able to offer, and we do that by focusing.
What makes it extra unique this year is both of those mazes that we're offering, our new ones, the Depths and Dark Entities, are both backstage mazes, which means that we're able to build them in a different way that really makes them a little more permanent, so they don't have to be constructed in a way that they have to be torn down every year and then reinstalled. So we build them to last, and I think the detail in Dark Entities and the Depths is going to blow everyone away.
Well, I think we really want to set ourselves apart. We have all of this interesting geography and all of these interesting facilities that are here. Ghost Town is an amazing place for a scare zone. And so we have all of these unique settings, and so we just want to take advantage of all of that. Last year we had Engine 41, which we had never put out into the park, with this gigantic piece of machinery that made this wonderful photo opportunity set piece. We added an interesting atmosphere character in front of it that just helped with the placemaking. And so we're really striving to do that as you walk in the gate, that there really is no place that you can turn that you don't find something that's connected to Halloween.
All design starts with word, starts with story. So it's all about telling stories. It's all about making you frightened, making you think you're frightened. And that's where immersion starts. So I think that when guests come, they want to be told a story. And that's where our jobs start and finish.
If you walk around the park, there is a color theory throughout the entire park. Every zone has a slightly different feel to it. Nothing is the same, everything is unique to that area. So throughout the entire park, whether it's a maze or a scare zone, you'll find those unique traits that are special to their own thing. And there are people Tim, myself, the designers, we create those color palettes to map out the entire park.
I work a lot with Pasta. She does a lot of paint. She won't say it quite out loud. She gets nervous up here. But she and I work a lot together because the costume and the paint and the environment have to go together. If she's in an orange and I'm over there in a pink, it's going to be a horrible experience unless that's what we're trying for. So if you go through the park, there's an amazing color palette. We always talk about eating with our eyes. Well, you're eating up this event with your eyes, and we want to make sure that you're not just getting one flavor, that you're getting an entire spectrum of flavors.
It's fully cohesive and it's all thought out. If you look at the Hollows versus Ghost Town, yeah, you may think they're the same, but you never realize that the scarecrows are based off the corn stalks and the shadows that they're casted. Or if you look at the colors in Forsaken Lake, there's the teals and the silver because it's moonlight on water. There's so many different, unique, individual things for each zone.
I think as you go around the park, you're going to see a lot more expansion of the lighting around the park. That's going to be one of the biggest changes, specifically in the Forsaken Lake area, but in all the areas, we're going to continue to expand that out. The hang time opportunity you're going to see there will be fantastic to see, and some other things that we want you to discover as you go around.
You know, and talking about how we immerse our guests, part of my role here at the park is really working with all the other divisions, not just in entertainment, but working with merchandise and food, and security, attractions, operations. And one of my pet projects, actually for the Boys Berry Festival and then carried on to Vermont this year, is the art show. So I have a special place in my heart. I'm a graphic designer by trade, and so I've made a lot of contacts, and I've got a lot of friends that are artists. And so putting together Into the Fog for Haunt this year was one of those unique opportunities to try and expand our reach a little bit of outreach to the community, to different artists, local and abroad, and say, hey, you love Scary Farm, I love Scary Farm, why don't you make a piece of art for us? And we'd be happy to display it. It was a great partnership with merchandise this year to make that happen. So I hope everyone gets a chance to go see the gallery after this.
Everybody's looking at me now. For me, it's a lot of, as Daniel said, with us, we're trying to tell the story of what is going on in this park. So a lot of it is just what do I do to help make this park a whole park experience? It's just walk around, enjoy the park, come up with a bunch of wacky ideas and put them on paper, and then watch all these wonderful people make it reality.
Well, thank you all for coming out. Thank everybody on the panel. We're so excited. We'll see you opening night September 20th at Not Scary Farm, where nightmares never end.
Hi there, everyone. I am here with. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do here at Scary Farm?
Hi, my name is Pasta. I'm in charge of all of the paint and all of those ghouls you see running around.
So it must be pretty crazy now when you have over 1,000 monsters. Like, you must have a lot on your plate.
I really do, honestly, but I'm very lucky to have such a good cast of kids that, like, all these talent, they really work really hard for what they do. And they love it. It's a passion.
So for people that are just starting out and they want to get involved, especially maybe being a scare actor, what do you recommend?
Well, when it comes to being a scare actor, it really comes with the passion. I suggest, do you like to scare people? It's fun, and that's part of what we do here is we make an immersive, scary, fun environment. Anybody who wants to get involved in it, it really is, it's not rocket science. To scare people is just awesome. You gotta find what scares you and then bring it out.
So you have such a cool job, and how did you kind of make your way into this industry? And it's so cool that there are girls in this industry, because there's a lot of guys, not too many ladies, but there are some really awesome ladies in this industry.
I agree. So I started actually as a scare actor here at Not Scary Farm. I was a maze talent, and from being a maze talent, I decided, I've been a fan of Scary Farm forever, and I was, I want to do this. There's so many talented women who are in this field that you got to make your own way, and I did by making sure that I knew my stuff. Like, I made sure I knew how to be the scariest babe on farm. I made sure that I knew how to paint every maze, and I know ins and outs of this park probably more than most people.
That's awesome. Well,
so yeah, it's the passion. You just got to have the passion for it, and don't ever give it up.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hello there. I am back with a Halloween Spooktacular series regular, Gus Kruger. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do here at Scary Farm?
Here at Scary Farm, actually, I'm a maze designer as well as a scenic designer, so I design things for shows. When I'm doing the scenic design, it's really a matter of, this is what the director wants over here, and I'm like, yeah, that's great, so I draw that. But with maze design, it's more a matter of top to bottom, whatever garbage, whatever madness comes out of my head goes on the paper, and you have a wonderful maze.
And it looks like this year you guys have really conjured up some really awesome stuff with the 2 new mazes, the Depths and Dark Entities. Can you tell me a little bit about those without giving away too much?
Well, the Depths is going to take you to a seaside mining town where there's a strange cult that's living under there, and they're kidnapping people from the mining town to sacrifice them to the Kraken. So that's pretty fun.
Very fun.
Dark Entities is my baby this year. And in Dark Entities, you're going to visit, you're going to go from Earth, you're going to be transported into space to see what is going on a deep space scout ship that has encountered some very, very unpleasant alien activity. So that's fun. That's really cool because that's what I've been working on. I've been working on this thing for months. I'm really excited for people to get a chance to experience. But it's we're really gonna, with this one, embrace the sci-fi horror aspect like we haven't been able to do in the past. And we're gonna put you on a spaceship. We're gonna have lots of stuff going on, tight rooms, real claustrophobic feel, and
Wonderful.
monsters around every corner.
That's great, and I feel like so many people are really excited about the new stuff, which, don't get me wrong, the new stuff is going to be awesome, but I also love how every year you do new things to things that have been here for a while. Like, I'm really excited about the new opening for Red Barn, the new finale for Infected and Paranormal. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on with things you're already familiar with.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we do get, when you have a successful theme, you know, something like Paranormal with Infected, you've got these things that have been tried and true for so long, and you don't want them to go away because people still like it. But on the same time, there's things that you can do. You get new ideas or new fun technologies you want to try out, new ways to scare, so that not only are people getting to go back to that venue that they know and love, but they're also getting to experience something new, which is great for the pass holders who have been here, you know, day in, day out. They get to come back and see something that they haven't seen before.
So that was the preview night, announcement night for Not Scary Farm for 2018. I am so unbelievably excited for the Depths and Dark Entities. It looks fantastic. And Forsaken Lake, the brand new scare zone. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to see this. It was just amazing. I'm now so excited. I mean, I've been excited all year, but now it's like real. It's Halloween, and I can't wait. Only 3 more weeks, you guys, until the opening night of Scary Farm. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, don't forget to subscribe, and be sure to turn on the notification bell, because I am going to be releasing videos every single day until Halloween. Be sure to get your Scary Farm tickets and Scary Farm passes while they last, because they're going to be going fast. I'll see you all next time. Don't forget to stay spooky. Bye-bye.